I have a number of resistance T-shirts, a number of Not My President T-shirts, but no one has taken me up on the kind offer. And I realized you did not have the forethought because I said I also would trade you my Not My President T-shirts for your My Feelings T-shirts, but you did not think ahead, and you have Donald Trump on your My Feelings. See, you did not have the forethought like I did to just put Not My President, which works perfectly well for you for a Biden presidency.
Yes.
Yeah, but now I don't even want your stupid Trump, your feelings shirts.
That ship
So
has
there.
sailed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, forget it. You can't even have the power crystal now.
Call now to get 6 free minutes. And while supplies last, this Brazilian power crystal absolutely free.
Yeah, I'm taking back the minutes too. Okay. Oh, this just in. Oh, I'm sorry. I need the MSNBC election alert music, which is now not giving me PTSD, but is making, now it's giving me, I think, a spontaneous orgasm.
Yeah.
Every time I hear this was during Brian Williams last night, I believe.
Whoa.
NBC News and CNN both projecting Joe Biden winner of Arizona, ladies and gentlemen, which makes it. Oh, and have I always said, Chris, Fox is right. Fox is always. Yes.
Every time.
Fox was right. Okay.
And you know what? At this point, I'll let Trump have North Carolina. I'll let him have
Whatever.
North Carolina.
Take it. Take
Yeah.
your little binky. It's fine. That would put, for those of you that, are into the counting and the math and the, electoral college, that puts Biden at 290 electoral votes to Donald Trump's 217, which is way... MAGA. That's less. 217 is way less. 270, you become president. So he's at 290. So with Georgia, he's going to be at is it 306?
Yes.
Yeah. That's a lot more than the Lotus got. Captain Lucy McLoserton of Losertown, who also lost, I think, a couple more lawsuits yesterday, which makes him the biggest loser ever. And you know what's fantastic? And we'll get him to watch. We'll get to him to watch him lose Georgia again.
Yeah. Yes.
So that'll be
good.
Fantastic. My headphones are cutting in and out.
Oh, what happened?
Okay. It just every time they ask for a recount, we'll get to. It's just like okay, get to watch it again. It's like a replay, right? Like okay.
Yeah. It's like watching your favorite movie over and over again.
How much you want to bet Biden will have more votes when they do the recount?
And this one's in slow motion because it's by hand.
That often happens during recounts.
Yes, I know. Okay. All right. So that all happened. They finally, I don't know what the deal is, but it's finally unanimous. They have called Arizona. It's weird. Maybe people don't like you making fun of a dead war hero from Arizona. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go out on a limb.
Did you see what Meghan McCain tweeted last night?
2 Democratic senators. And the state is blue.
First
Arizona, blue. Blue. Voted for President Biden and 2 Democratic senators.
2 Democratic
Mark Kelly and my future wife. Because I am Mrs. Stephanie
Sinema.
Yes.
2 Democratic senators since the first time since 1940s.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what John Fugelsang used to say? It's a dry hate in Arizona.
Yes.
But not anymore. Now.
With a bit of a broad brush.
Pardon me?
With a bit
That's
of a broad
what,
brush.
it's his Picasso. I know. He's the
I
artist.
I lived there for 13 years.
Whatever.
Okay.
Did you see Meghan McCain's tweet last night?
Whose?
Meghan McCain.
No.
She tweeted a picture of her dad with the caption, "I like presidents who don't lose Arizona."
Yeah.
Oh, I don't normally say yes. Go, Megan, but all right, that's fine. Okay.
She's good.
All right. Okay. Sexy liberal John Fugelsang will be coming up, as will Frangela. And today, a big Sexy Liberal extravaganza taping. So go to sexyliberal.com because I'm working my balls off and go to the tour section and buy a ticket. The post-election extravaganza is going to be just as lit AF as the pre-election extravaganza.
We've started the filming.
Yeah, the Amazon wig department has started to suggest things. How about this? You're doing Paula White. How about Michelle Bachmann? I'm like, oh, yes, thank you.
Computer 38.
Forgot about that, yes.
We had quite the planning session.
We should just tape that and sell it. Because I was saying, I'm sorry, I do a lot of tubining because John and Hal, sexy men. I'm just saying, if you're going to masturbate during a Zoom call, that's the one. I'm very, very lonely.
I don't know.
Very, very, very. Oh, have you heard? We might be going back into lockdown. I'm like, did we leave? I didn't leave.
Seriously?
I haven't left lockdown. I haven't done anything since March. I'm like, oh, okay, that'll be a change. Really? I'll have to go back in lockdown.
Because people are going to house parties. They say that is the reason. gatherings with people outside your household. Don't do it.
I'll try not to be the chick that cries on the radio this early, but they just found 2 cases of COVID in my mom's assisted living. My mom moved into assisted living 2 weeks ago because she kept falling. She couldn't live on her own anymore. But of course, it's the worst possible time. And we were like, oh, this is great. It's the one place that they've had no cases. They just diagnosed. I mean, everybody, we're all like stressed to the breaking point, right? I'm like, I know I'm supposed to go see her. And yet every doctor now is saying, do not fly. This is the worst possible time because you don't want to be someone that's contributing to. We hit, what is it, Travis? 160,000 cases yesterday. Just about. I think people are getting numb. Don't you, to the numbers? Do you understand? Dr. Redletter was on here 2 weeks ago saying, I'm afraid we're going to hit 100,000 cases a day soon. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah. We just hit 160,000 yesterday. Yeah. The number of people hospitalized we're at capacity again.
Utah has no more ER beds or no more ICU beds.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting, honestly, I'm just speaking on a personal, but I know a lot of people, I get letters you wouldn't believe from people all going through the exact same thing. Right? That first of all, my mom has dementia, the quarantine. She's had to be in quarantine for 2 weeks in a room by herself. It looks like a prison cell. It's making the dementia much worse. She's declining very quickly in terms of that, just, because of COVID. And now it's locked down and you can't visit at all because they've had 2 COVID cases there. And so I'm terrified every second of every day. And this is how we're all living, right? I mean, it's okay. It's insane. All right. And, I don't believe Trump has mentioned. Didn't he say that it was all going to disappear, the coverage of COVID, right after November 4th?
On the 4th.
Yeah. Have we checked the presidential baby monitor this morning?
He's colicky.
Still colicky? How's baby doing?
Just on Twitter.
Yeah? Oh, can I have some happy music, please? You want it?
He's taking rakes to all the art in the White House.
Probably.
We haven't heard his voice for a while.
At least. Yeah, we're doing our part out here. We're raking the forests in California. So you're raking the priceless artwork in the White House. Okay.
That's what he's doing.
Well, okay, from Kurt, some delicious Olivia Nuzzi Schadenfreude. According to a Trump friend, this is going to make you super happy. I'm just telling you. I needed it. I don't know if you did.
Okay.
He is out of money. He worries about being arrested. He's worried about being assassinated. He's afraid. He's the most insecure, afraid person ever. He hates himself and he wants out.
I'm surprised he showed up at
oh my god
at the cemetery.
Oh my god,
on Veterans Day.
Oh my god. Did Eric make also a startling announcement?
Sounds like it.
Just listen closely here.
Ainsley, that person's there. I'm telling you, I see it every day. The LGBT community, they are incredible. And you should see how they've come out in full force for my father every single day. I'm part of that community, and we love the man.
What?
And thank you for protecting our neighborhoods, and thank you for protecting our cities.
What? No, we don't want you.
No.
We don't want you. Go back.
Go back in the closet.
Go back.
Red Rover, no, don't come over.
Go back in your closet and pray, Missy. Go back in your closet and pray, Missy. Hold your water.
Go talk to Mike Pence.
Did he just say he's part of the LG? No.
No.
Red Rover. Send Eric back over. No.
Not with those gums.
Oh. I don't think that meant what he thinks it means.
He's not the smart one. Remember that.
I bet she's been tricked into doing it once or twice.
I'm telling you, they're having a Fredo off.
Everybody's a little gay in college.
Yeah. Something. The popcorn in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot dog through the hole. Something in his frat house. Something. He's like, ooh, I fell for that again.
Hi, Eric.
Because that makes me part of the community.
Hi, Eric.
I'm Eric. Okay. Wow. I know you were on Nicole Wallace yesterday, and a lot of people are legitimately and I think understandably concerned about whatever he's doing at the Pentagon, right, or elsewhere. How Trump's refusal to concede affects Biden's national security transition. You tweeted about. We can laugh about the laughable parts of this clown show, but some of this is deadly serious, isn't it?
It's deadly serious, and that's why I'm so disturbed, although not surprised, by Secretary Pompeo's joke yesterday at the press conference. If you're going to joke about the stability of our democracy, be careful, because you yourself are becoming a joke. And these people around Trump in his orbit are going to have to be held accountable for what they've done. Their legacy is going to be one that they deeply regret. When their grandkids study them in school, they're going to understand the role that they played in destabilizing our democracy. So the national security aspect I want to talk about first with regard to this kind of foot dragging on a transition is actually a domestic threat that is more imminent than an international threat. By that, I mean, we continue to see people being arrested because they're moving toward violence regarding the outcome of the election. So the more that Trump pumps this up as in doubt, the more that AG Barr does it, the more the Republican Senate and the Secretary of State and the DNI do it, the more that GSA refuses to allow transition funds to go to Biden, the more likely it becomes that we will reach a flashpoint. United States. And that's my first concern. Then if you move internationally, look, without exaggeration, we might be at the most vulnerable, exposed point right now that we've been in 4 years. And let me tell you, we have been vulnerable and exposed the past 4 years. But when you have the Secretary of Defense fired, you've moved people around from NSA to DOD, you're threatening to fire CIA and FBI, our adversaries are looking at this going, hey, maybe nobody's in charge.
I mean, between Pompeo yesterday and whatever Trump, I mean, I'm imagining people around the world just going, what is going on in America? I mean, this is, I mean, it's not just embarrassing, as Joe Biden said, but it is, as you said, the president playing games with our national security while refusing to get Biden the transition briefings he needs. It is a little bit terrifying. Trump's team won't sign off on the transition, so Biden can't get a presidential daily briefing. Without the GSA signing the paperwork, neither Biden nor his team can get classified information. It also shows access to intelligence officials who do security checks for incoming staff and appointees. There's no background checks. They can't do any of that. It's so, Frank, that's why I was glad the networks cut away from Trump doing all this misinformation. Fox News cut away from Kayleigh McEnerney with this, because you're right, it is dangerous misinformation that is inciting violence. The actual FBI has arrested, as you said, actual people that are armed, that are acting on these ridiculous election fraud claims, right? I mean, it is dangerous misinformation.
Yeah, and I think there's actually another layer to this denial of intelligence briefings in the PDB to Biden and his team. I was part of transition planning and briefing at the FBI when I was there, and it's really important stuff. You're essentially asking a pilot to.
Right. Oh no, Frank has frozen. Okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Frank is frozen. Damn. He's handsome though. Okay.
Frank in still life.
He has frozen in the most handsome position I've ever seen. Look at that square jaw. He has that square G-man jaw.
Usually if I hit pause on a newscaster, on my DVR, their faces contorted. They're like,
yeah,
but
no,
Frank,
that's like that
Frank.
square-jawed kind of chiseled FBI. I'm going to spoon you and protect you kind of jaw.
Oh, okay.
I'm just filling time.
I think we heard him.
Okay.
I think I heard him.
What?
I think I heard him.
Okay. All right. The wonders of the coronavirus age and video technology. Now all right. He's talking to Travis. The Travis show is going very well. Oh, hi, Frank. You're back. Okay. Oh, wait. Hang on a second. We have to plug you in. Oh, this is fantastic. Thank God everybody on TV is having this problem. Hi, Frank. Are you back?
Museum of Broadcasting.
I am back. Do you have me?
Yes. I was saying you were frozen in the most handsome, chisel-jawed way that I've ever seen.
Right.
You look like you could be Mount Rushmore.
That never happens, by the way. Okay, so
all right, go ahead.
Here's the deal. By denying Biden and his team these in-depth agency briefings, I think you're also blinding them to the true facts of what's been going on. So, for example, let's say they don't get the FBI in-depth briefing right now, right? Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they don't hear that there's this ongoing case on Trump and the administration or on Russia or some other country that is never getting any exposure or traction at DOJ. Maybe they get denied that CIA briefing that says, look, there's this ongoing piece of intel that we can't get briefed to Congress or the White House. So by denying Biden that exposure, he's denying Biden ammunition
Yes.
to use in his battle against the Trump campaign.
Well, and Frank, that I'm glad you said it that way. There are some people even in this room that I'm not entirely in the, oh, everybody calm down, everything's fine. It's not that Biden can't handle this. Of course, we have faith in Biden being able to, but you are blinding not just him, but the United States of America in a national security sense. It's critical information that Biden should be getting. It's not that he doesn't know how to do the job. That's not the point. It's that you're denying him critical information to keep America safe, right? I mean, domestically and internationally.
Yeah. We should not be surprised that once again Trump is exhibiting self-interest over national interest, because this is really about domestic and international security. Look, there's a happy ending to this, but it's going to be like watching sausage being made. You don't want to see it. But at the end of the day, we're going to have a new president on January 20th. And what I said on Nicole Wallace yesterday on MSNBC was, this is looking, going back to my days in the Bureau, this is looking an awful lot like a barricaded subject. We have a barricaded subject
in a hostage. Yes. You said that in a hostage situation. That's what it feels like. Like it's
and the only question is, and by the way, I think Biden is handling this. Whoever's advising him, the calmness, the confidence. Let this play out. Let's listen. That's what you tell a barricaded subject early on in your negotiations, because
Biden's going to have a bullhorn before this is all over, isn't he? He's just, Mr. President, we understand.
but as it gets closer and closer to him killing hostages, you have to tell the guy, this can happen the easy way or this can happen the hard way. Yeah. And at some point, the SWAT team's going to show up.
Yeah. When the story broke that he's going to barricade himself and the Secret Service is going to have to drag him out, people were like, how fast can I train to be a Secret Service agent? Is there any... What are the chances that I'll get that detail? Because that would be fantastic. So your former, colleague, Asha Rangappa, former FBI, just wondering your take on this Pentagon stuff, though. Tweeted, Nunes has been acting like a GD freak show ever since his Scooby run to the White House in March 2017, and Michael Ellis showed him some intel in the skiff that had been captured about him, Nunes. Since then, he's been on a desperate mission to undercut the intelligence community. Nunes was found to be working with the Ukrainian lawmaker Derkash, right? Who was found to be an active Russian agent by Trump's Treasury Department this year. Rangappa went on to say Kash Patel was behind the Nunes memo, and Michael Ellis was responsible for moving the Ukraine call to the code word server. I smell a cover-up, not a coup. Would also explain delay in giving Biden access to national security info. I mean, some of that makes sense to me, that this is about covering up their past crimes, not even...
Yeah, if you look at the positions that are being moved from SecDef to what really got my attention, to inserting a new general counsel at NSA, you've got to understand that this is not, we've only got Trump for president for 70 days left?
Yeah.
So, all right, so this is these people have a short shelf life. They're all going to get booted when Biden walks in. So there's some mission in the next 70 days that they can accomplish. And when you look at the positions being moved, here's what I come up with. And this is not necessarily an original thought. You got to check out David Ignatius's column in the Washington Post on this. He's on the money. These are positions that can manipulate intelligence and release it selectively for Trump's legacy. Here's what I mean. There's going to be nuggets of information in NSA, definitely NSA, DOD, Intel, et cetera, that might indicate that maybe Trump and Russia weren't as close as they could be, or maybe Putin didn't direct everything as we thought. And if you declassify that and you release it, you save Trump's legacy so he can go on and flip burgers at McDonald's without being harassed, right? That's what. So it's partially covering up, and it's partially selectively releasing highly sensitive information. That's where this is going. And by the way, AG Barr is on record in the past is saying he does not want this stuff released because it will get people killed in terms of
I
sources.
was just going to say, he don't, without care for sources and methods, right? He's going to release whatever is good for Trump. I mean, so the former aide to Michael Flynn was put in charge as the Undersecretary for Intelligence. Of course, that stinks to high heaven. He was responsible for unmasking Flynn and then later passed that info on to Devin Nunes. So you're right. This all stinks to high heaven, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be about Trump's legacy and trying to preserve the notion that maybe he wasn't totally in bed with Russia. And my concern from a national security perspective is, are we going to get sources and methods destroyed in this? And how selective is it going to be? I can tell you, I buy into the previous reporting that Putin himself ordered the plan in 2016 to assist Trump. So, but, I don't think we're going to see that tape, that intercept released.
What do you think he did in 2020 or tried to do? Of course, he's the only world leader that has not congratulated Biden, right?
I think, well, there's a story, the stories that are getting not a lot of attention because we're all running around like crazy, is the battle that has gone on in the intel community to take down the Russian cyber hackers every day, like a game of whack-a-mole. And there's been some reporting on this, but it's a phenomenal story of basically destroying their capability. They tried to hack us. They tried to mess with this election.
Yeah.
And we took that down. That's a hell of a story.
Yeah. It'll all be told someday. Did Eric make also a startling announcement?
Sounds like it.
Just listen closely here.
Okay.
Ainsley, that person's there. I'm telling you, I see it every day. The LGBT community, they are incredible. And you should see how they've come out in full force for my father every single day. I'm part of that community, and we love the man.
What?
And thank you for protecting our neighborhoods, and thank you for protecting our cities.
What? No, we don't want you.
No.
We don't want you. Go back.
Go back in the closet.
Red Rover, no, don't come over.
Go back in your closet and pray, Missy. Go back in your closet and pray, Missy. Hold your water.
Go talk to Mike Pence.
Did he just say he's part of the LG? No.
No.
Red Rover. Send Eric back over. No.
Not with those gums.
Oh. I don't think that meant what he thinks it means.
He's not the smart one. Remember that.
I bet she's been tricked into doing it once or twice.
I'm telling you, they're having a Fredo off.
Everybody's a little gay in college.
Yeah. Something. The popcorn in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hot dog through the hole. Something in his frat house. Something. He's like, ooh, I fell for that again.
Hi, Eric.
Because that makes me part of the community.
Hi, Eric.
I'm Eric. Okay. Wow. Do you have every arrow in your quiver against coronavirus? UV light, it's what hospitals are using to disinfect masks. You got to have a Clean Phone or a Clean Phone Pro. We have both here. Go to thenewdealshop.com. You got to sanitize and charge your phone at the same time. The Clean Phone Pro is a little bigger. You can fit more stuff in there, your earbuds, your keys, your mask. I have a Clean Phone wand. That's for stuff that's too big to fit in there. You do your shoes, your packages, your groceries. I take it with me if I'm going anywhere, to the dentist, you name it. Make sure you have that UV light with you. They're using it in airports now. You have got to have it. Go to thenewdealshop.com right now. You can get all that and the FDA authorized KN95 masks. You got to have the real deal masks when you are going to be anywhere near people. And you can get a deal on them in bulk. Stephanie's the code. Go to thenewdealshop.com. Keep yourself and your family safer and healthier. We're going into flu season. We might be going into a second wave. Got to do it. I need you on that wall. Go to thenewdealshop.com. The code is Stephanie. Gene, what do you make of that Putin being the only one that hasn't congratulated President-elect Biden? What's that all about?
I don't know. Has Erdogan congratulated
Yes,
Biden?
he has.
Oh, wow. The Dictators Club is all upset. They know game. But yeah, Pooty Poot. I know Russia Today has a program now where they're going to be highlighting Tara Reid again.
Oh.
And on Russia Today.
Okay.
Because, there's never been a sexual assault allegation against Donald Trump.
Yes.
So they've nothing to report there.
Wow. So, Malcolm, we just had Frank Laguzzi on because obviously a lot of speculation about what the WTF is going on at the Pentagon. I presume you think the same thing. This is about covering their tracks on Russia, Ukraine, you name it. Nunes and all his stooges and Flynn's guy that they're installing them all at the Pentagon. What do you think?
I'm of two minds about this. I think certainly firing Esper was clearly about putting a loyalist into the Defense Department seat. But here's the problem. 70 days is no time at all to do anything at the Defense Department. You're talking about an agency that has an annual budget of $750 billion, hundreds of thousands of people in the field. If this guy, Chris Miller, another Miller, if he comes and he sits down, he goes, okay, I want you to bring me everything that we've collected at DIA on the Trump-Russia scandal. Every dime in the Pentagon will drop simultaneously. If he also starts talking about...
Wait, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
Oh, when I mean dimes will drop, I mean every person in that building will run to the New York Times, right, to report that. Mm-hmm. No one's going to do that. Defense Intelligence Agency is not going to do that. The National Security Agency isn't going to do that, even though they just put a hack in the general counsel's position, a conspiracy theorist in the general counsel's position at the National Security Agency. No one's talking to that guy. Let me tell you right now, I worked in that building. No one is going to give them nothing.
Can they wipe that DOD server that the Ukraine call is on?
No, that's impossible.
Okay.
See, you're trying to kill me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's impossible.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Our system is not only encrypted, it's redundant on multiple levels.
Okay. Oh my God! I made Malcolm Nance hack up a lung. That's normally what he does to us, and I made Malcolm Nance hack up a lung.
No!
Holy cow! You choked me out on that.
Sorry.
One. All right.
Sorry.
So next, guys, are these morons that are going over from Devin Nunes' world, Kash Patel and Evan Watnick, Cohen Watnick. I can't recall his.
Yeah.
These two are political hacks. I am going to go out on a limb and make a prediction that they'll be arrested in the next year.
Wow.
Oh, no. What they did in the White House for Devin Nunes and in the House were criminal acts. They disclosed information. They may have disclosed information without actually getting the president to sign off on that information being disclosed. Just because the president says, yeah, that's a good idea. If he doesn't say, I specifically authorize you, I specifically declassify this information for disclosure to other parties outside of the White House, which means you declassify it, still classified.
Yeah.
Right? So by coming out and trying to subvert the Trump-Russia scandal, I think these two guys are getting these two positions as a form of title jumping so that they can say on Fox News, I was Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence.
Yeah.
Ezra Watnick Cohen was a freaking intern 4 years ago at Defense Intelligence Agency, and he's taking over from a 3-star Navy admiral.
Yeah. Malcolm, you've said for years, we're at a Benedict Arnold moment, which many of us believe we've already had several. I'm wondering how many future Benedict Arnold moments we could have. I mean, I'm wondering, has an ex-president ever been prosecuted for treason after they left office? Because I'm sure you, among other intelligence professionals, are saying, as ex-president, Trump could disclose the secrets he learned while in office. Current and former officials fear all presidents exit the office with valuable secrets in their heads, including the procedures for launching nuclear weapons, intelligence gathering capabilities, including assets deep inside foreign governments, and the development of new and advanced weapon systems. Trump has a history, of course, of disclosures. He checks the boxes of a classic counterintelligence risk. He's deeply in debt, angry at the U.S. government, particularly what he describes as the deep state conspiracy he believes tried to stop him from winning in 2016 and falsely claims is an illegal effort to rob him of re-election. A knowledgeable and informed president with Trump's personality characteristics, including a lack of self-discipline, would be a disaster. The only saving grace here is he hasn't been paying attention, said one expert. But I want to know your take. We know he's in debt. We know he doesn't care about anybody but himself. And
I wrote two whole books about this.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I think this assessment has it right. He didn't pay attention.
Right.
There's very little that he can actually go out and expose. Some of the things that he can expose, which he might not be that damaging if he does. And of course, when he's out of office, he's a private civilian.
Yeah.
That means he can be prosecuted,
Yeah.
right? By the disclosure of classified information laws that we have on the books.
Don't you think
This is also not a bad time, okay, to, by the way, there is a law on the books if you disclose the real name or activities of CIA officers, as we saw with Valerie Plame.
Right.
And the Republicans, of course, were going nuts over that. Donald Trump can be prosecuted for outing any of his classified programs. I suspect that if explained to him that this is another thing the liberals will send him to jail for, because he has no immunity.
Yeah.
There's no immunity to this.
But I do.
Then I think he'll be careful about it. But he's not going to look. I think he didn't pay attention to any of these things, even the more classified special access programs of like CIA actual operations. Unless he's talking, he goes, you know what was cool? Well, this mission where I sent these guys to do this thing.
Yeah.
And then a place where he may compromise himself is when they negotiated to get back the Catholic priests from Turkey. And if he goes, well, I had the CIA meet with these guys and they met with these other guys, and then you find out, the CIA's role wasn't supposed to be disclosed in that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put somebody on this for the next 4 years.
Right.